if we wanted to have character-controlled bullet rate emission, we could add an animation layer to our trigger finger. So let's say that I wanted to use the values of an animation clip to drive whether or not the bullets are fired. So actually, I've got COG mode on here. I don't want that. So let's say I'm going to use this effect of the finger pressing the trigger. So to set this up, I'm going to go back into my animation layer. So again, we're just mixing and matching the idea of keyframe data versus animation layers. Mixing that with a little bit of ice. So I'm going to go in and add a new layer. So I'll call this the trigger layer. And all I'm going to do is set a keyframe on that layer that has the fingers pressing the trigger. So all I'm going to do is close the fingers by rotating each digit. So I'm pressing that, pressing the trigger, and I'll set a keyframe on all three. And if I move into the animation mixer, Alt-0, I should now have a control on that. So that'll work out pretty well. So I guess the next thing I want to look at doing then is hooking that action back into the ice tree. And of course, I could always work with these values and make the animation a little better. In fact, I'll probably try and do that. So if I open up the mixer again, and I set the value to 1, I could definitely look at making this pose work better. So let's say something like that. I'll just rekey over top of that. And if we jump back into the animation mixer, that'll work a little better. Cool. All right, so let's actually try using the weight from our trigger to control the particle value over time, our particle rate, the emission rate. So what I'm going to do is just drag and drop the weight value of our action clip into my graph, and I'll use the values of our weight. So we're going to be reading in our values and using them to drive our modulation over time.